So we're going to look at setting camera mouse up and get it working well with the people that you're working with. So I've got the desktop shortcut for camera mouse. Double click on that and it launches. It shows me a list of the webcams that this computer's seen, and I know that the live cam is connected at the moment, so I'll select that one and click OK. And up comes a picture of me coming from the webcam. As I move around, it moves around, and to get camera mouse to start following me, you just need to click on a point on your face. It makes sense to click on somewhere that has a really strong visual point, like the corner of your eyebrows there, so that as you move around it tracks it very closely. And after a couple of seconds of not moving the mouse, head mouse will automatically jump in and start controlling it from the camera feed. So as I'm moving my head now, the mouse is moving about. If I move the mouse, so I'm moving the mouse now, it's switched over to mouse control again, and head mouse has stopped tracking. I'm just going to change the point that it's tracking by clicking again, and if I wait for a couple of seconds, camera mouse will pick up again, and there you go, it's got it and is moving it about. So when you're choosing a point for tracking, it makes sense to choose somewhere from the center of the face if you can, so that as the person moves their head, the tracking point doesn't disappear, because if the tracking point goes out of shot of the camera because you're turning your head, then it will lose the tracking point and you'll need to click on it again to get it working. The default settings are fairly good for a fairly small movement of my head, so I'm not having to move it a lot. But if somebody only has very small movements or makes quite big movements, then you'll want to adjust the settings. So to do that, you click on the settings button here, and up comes the window here where you can set all the controls to do with camera mouse. The really important ones, in order to make sure that people don't get too tired by having to work too hard to stay still or stretch too far to move stuff, are the horizontal and vertical gain here and smoothing. So horizontal gain and vertical gain translates how much movement your head does to how much movement the mouse does. So by default they're set to medium. If I turn the X one up now to very high, once camera mouse kicks in, I'll only need to do a very, very tiny movement to move the mouse all the way from the left to the right hand side of the screen. If I turn it down to low, when camera mouse